Hello and welcome to this episode of Scamp School. Today we're looking at how the pen you choose affects your scamp. So when putting together a scamp, a lot of people will just pull out the first pen in their drawers, but the pen you use for a scamp can change the way it's perceived by clients, by your boss, even by your partner. We're going to look into what pen to use in which scenarios, and the types of effects it can produce in a layout. Firstly, the thin pen. A thin pen will leave you with a lot of empty space and give attention to details. This is especially handy if there's a lot of intricate parts to your scamp, details that are vital to the idea, things that you don't want to go unmissed. In this ad, for example, seeing the label on the bottle being chopped up is clear and visible. Where it lacks, however, is in ads with a lot of components. Imagine if we were scamping a labour isn't working poster. The amount of people in that advert, the detail there, it'd take hours to craft. It's much harder to hide things with a thin pen. So next up is a medium weight pen. Basically anything below a Pentel N60 or N50. These pens are great for shapes. They give you a lot of control, but also a broader stroke than the thin pens. You don't need the world's steadiest hand with these to draw a decent line. As you would guess, where these pens start to struggle is on their finer detailings. In this example, that's on the label. Whenever these pen strokes get too close to each other, the inks start to bleed together. And the next thing, you've got a horrible blob in the middle of your scamp. Try sticking to using these pens on the broader shapes of your scamps. The faithful marker, a staple of advertising portfolios, and for a good reason. The restrictions this pen gives you helps to simplify the elements of your idea. Your CD doesn't need to see the shading you're going to place on the Heinz bottle when you shoot it for real. They just need to see the idea, and these pens force you to keep broad strokes. These pens are also great for headline copy. They'll help it pop out on the page. Personally, I struggle with these pens, and in this ad, the label and detailing especially gets lost, which for me takes away some of the clarity of the ad. And for me, clarity is the most essential piece of every scamp, first and foremost. So these pens all have their strengths and their places, but the best thing to do is have all three on hand and constantly be mixing between them. The next time you're struggling with a scamp, try a different pen. Thanks for watching.